all then establish that you are all residents or tourists or passerbys of Orange, France here.
Absolutely. I think I am a tourist. Jim is not a very French name.
Sebastian, you're touring through. You've got a meeting to get through, and you've stopped at this popular destination along the way to check out the sites. And what about you guys? Yeah, you live there, you work there.
I work fairly close actually to this particular city center. Right now I'm simply working in a bookstore.
All right.
I do night classes.
All right. So
I am local law enforcement.
You're
so
local
I
law
am
enforcement?
very well.
Pig.
I know the area very well. So
All right.
Very good.
Words were coming out backwards.
So yeah, it's coming along into evening, and the day has just basically been a lot of panic going on because a lot of the news broadcasts have been talking about strange invaders. There's been some sort of natural disasters going on in North America and in Western Europe, and especially Scandinavian countries in England, earthquakes, that kind of thing. So there's some activity going on around the globe, and right now people are kind of worked up because locally here over the past couple of weeks, as you all may have heard that have been residing here, there's been like strange individuals in priestly robes wandering around being doomsayers, you know, predicting the end of the world and determining that there is a new revelation coming, and that all must, you know, prepare for the new Lord, and that you know, the rapture is coming, and repent your sins.
Do they all have
and
the same story?
and
they
they
the same
yeah,
tale?
they're all, yeah. There's only been a few of them throughout the city,
Okay.
and but they've, you know, here they've been appearing saying this, and what they've been sort of doing a premonition thing, like the storms will be coming, and now it's been like a couple hours and storms have erupted just south over Avignon, France. So it's been a couple hours, and this great storm has gone up, and nobody's really traveled in that direction, but reports have been starting to come in that there's been sightings of some sort of demonic presences going on. There was a news report came up on the TV, and it was a French official getting decapitated by a demon on live TV.
Yeah.
And
Demon.
Mm-hmm.
and now some of you folks here, you know, it's becoming the end of the day, and you know, you've lost contact with family members. You know, phones aren't working. Everything's gone down just recently in the past couple hours. So getting through, you try to, you know, connect, and no services are available. So, you know, the tension and nervousness atmosphere of the town is starting to, you know, get on people's patience. So
Millennials are freaking out.
What's our timestamp? Where are we in time?
so you're about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, June 1st of
Okay.
this year. So
Good call on the
technically,
millennials.
Has the church burned down? Is this real world event something that happened
this
here?
is real world events happening right
Very good.
now,
Okay.
and it's just happened within the past couple hours. What's 3 o'clock a.m. Pacific time in France? That'd be like, what, a 10-hour difference, 8-hour difference,
It's a 7-hour difference.
7-hour difference. So 3 a.m. would
10 a.m.
be 10 a.m. Yes.
I believe.
So-
I'm not well versed.
Yeah, so it was around that time during the morning when, you know, the beheading of the French minister. So yeah, you know, the whole prior events of these doomsayers obviously seemed like a little bit of lunacy or whatnot, but now that things are unfolding like this during the course of the day, you know, it's obviously not so fantastical as it was assumed to be. So yeah, like I said, there's been services are down. There's random power outages, brownouts occurring all over the place, and you guys are, you know, sort of missing people you're looking for now. And it's around the Growlies time, and you're sort of gathering outside, you know, these cafes on the streets. So yeah, as you guys are, like, you know, sort of, in the streets just outside, down from the amphitheater here. In fact, I think I got a good shot here of the streetway. You're, of course, down the streets here. Here's the amphitheater right down here, right? Yeah, you guys are out in the streets, and all of a sudden you get this skin prickly feeling going on. Your hair on the back of your neck stands up, and you get that shudder, that prickly feeling like when you go under warm water and your body temperature shifts. And and as it goes past you, all the electronics in the area come to life. Your phone comes alive, TVs sprout, and everything starts erupting and going. Upgrade in progress, GodNet installing starts. You look around, it's happening on every screen, advertising screens flicker to this, and TV screens flicker to this, and then you watch the bar slowly come up on your screens, and then GodNet installed, right? And then right away there's announcements all over all the speakers. Nobody panic, salvation has come. There will be a gathering. All who want to remain faithful and have their souls freed, come to the amphitheater. And then this blast of energy, this rippling effect kind of waves over the streets. And and as this is happening, the storms sort of erupt in the skies overhead, and they broaden out and they stretch out in the skies above, and they zoom out overhead. And as this happens, some of the structures and buildings and stuff like that start to shift and mold, and it's almost like some sort of digital nano living technology starts climbing up the sides of the buildings and wrapping around them and changing them, and they're becoming clean and polished, like they were built anew, and there's no cracks in any structures, and there's no dirt in the streets, and everything starts being tidy and pure and shiny, and not a mar on any paint, and it's
this is amazing.
And it's the old buildings get renewed into this vibrant, refreshing, reconstructed look, and newer buildings seem to be become more advanced, more future, like the high rises and stuff that you can see in the downtown district. Go from they just go from this their sort of modern look to some sort of futuristic, skyscape. And some buildings have undergone these almost half transformations, where part of the building starts to mold and go into something else, but the other structure still remains to be in place, and it's kind of sporadic. An area will have this and look new and reformed, and then another area there's nothing wrong with it. It looks as it should be.
We got nanotech going on. This is basically Booker DeWitt investigating the gray goo theory.
All right, and so heralds start appearing in the sky. Cherubs start singing.
Oh, that's creepy. That's a miracle.
Cyber angel.
And they're all singing praises. Jean Marlowe is coming. Oh, rejoice! Sing his praises. And
I want
then
to get to the amphitheater.
Yeah, and then the screens keep going. Come to the amphitheater.
This is the next thing. I want to see this shit.
So, the
let's go. That is the amphitheater.
Jean Marlowe
Right
has
here.
come. Please go to the amphitheater.
So yeah, the amphitheater itself is a old ancient Roman theater that has open seating. It is well known by all the residents because of its continual use, as it's been refurbished and worked on and so much. There's a couple of the entrances there. There's the view from the seating area looking down into the stage. And there is the statue, I think it's Alexandria, up at the back of the stage. Yeah, the heralds and trumpets are sounding, and singing.
One of the first in there. Seriously,
Yeah.
let's get.
Peace be with you all. Salvation is at hand. rejoice in the coming of your salvation.
have to be forced.
So yeah, you guys, I guess like everybody else, walk out into the streets and start heading towards the amphitheater.
I'm going to investigate and keep the people safe as some weird stuff is going on, and I am a member of the law enforcement. So that's my reason for going.
Fucking people.
There's a cop. I'm staying close to it.
I don't know if I want to be part of that. Those things are fucked up.
Yeah, you get outside.
Come and see. Doesn't this feel right?
No.
Look how beautiful it is. Come on.
White Brent.
You could miss this.
Definitely interesting.
I will admit I'm curious.
Then answer your curiosity. Come with me.
So yeah,
Come.
you
We have a police officer.
You
You're
guys
safe.
get to the amphitheater. It is not decrepit and decayed and old and kind of half ruined like it used to be. It looks like it's been updated. It's even got canopy going on it and everything.
I've
So,
been here 1,000 times.
but you guys get there and there is a lineup of massive people just waiting to, get inside. And as you're sort of waiting because of the massive people, it takes a while to get in line, and you notice that the longer you're in line, the more you get shuffled in, the more the environment around you seems to change and alter and become more and more like this new, clean, pure land.
Yours smells better.
You guys enter, and of course there's the choirs singing and the cherubs, floating and hovering above the stage here. And there's a priest, standing in the middle. He seems to be giving some sort of, sermon. All welcome the new light that will pave the way for a great new world. And we will finally achieve communion and reach out to the Holy Lord to be anointed by His gifts. Come forward and accept His presence. Anoint yourself with His blood.
I'm curious what's going on. I'm going through.
I'm French, raised Catholic. I'm happy to walk into the front. There's a proof of God. This is the second coming. We've
All right.
been invited. Go.
So as you look back and get one last look to the outside before you enter the amphitheater, you catch a glimpse. All right, and then the amphitheater, as you're going in, starts transforming into this giant cathedral. All right, and when you go
this is all
inside,
good.
back
I'm
on the
totally
stage
stoked.
is this giant altar with the priest before it. All right, so the priest is up there giving the sermon.
Benediction.
Elsewhere in the world, nations are being punished for their sins, for their hubris, for their lack of faith. Demons are ravaging them now for their disobedience and their sins. Those who do not accept the light shall forever burn in the hells of damnation. Come forward and be cleansed in the purity of the Cyberpapacy. Cyberpope Jean Marlowe's arrival here is a blessing to all the heathens, giving you your chance to seek redemption in his salvation. The Cyberpapacy shall be your shield in France and the nations around it to protect you from the evils that have come to dominate this world. And,
Sounds like a Nazi priest to me.
Vive la France!
I'm digging. I'm picking up what he's putting down.
one thing you noticed as you were coming in and also inside this building is the presence of these really interesting uniformed armored security.
Are those crucifixes on their shoulder? Like
Yes.
nail crosses,
Yes.
just like that?
You also observe drones hovering around.
And are they speaking in French?
Oui.
Of
Excellent.
course.
Oh, fuck me.
So yeah,
too.
the priest, continues up. Unfortunately, due to the harshness of this world being torn asunder by evil raiders, people will need to advance themselves, purify themselves, so that they can defeat the horrors coming to them. Join with us now and take communion and be accepted by the Cyberpope and his gifts.
No thanks.
The confessionals await for you. Confess your sins, redeem yourselves, and you shall be gifted And some people, they are listening to the priests, and they go off into the confessional booths, and they walk out, and they've got like cybernetic implants in them when they walk out of the confessional booths. And some of them, you'll notice, will come up with a new eye, or maybe a whole unit on their head, or a new arm. And it's, the priest is up there singing, "The sick and the wounded shall be the first to be accepted into the new kingdom. Come forth and have our blessings bestowed upon you. Kneel before the Lord and accept his faith, and you shall be granted his power." And
kneel appropriately. I'd rather not go into the confession.
so yeah, here's you guys sort of standing in line amongst the crowd. You sort of all, as you push your way in, and the crowd's merged and bottlenecked, and you guys, pop your way out together. You're the group in the crowd that was crammed in the hallway together that emerges on the other side. So yeah, you're all looking around, and this is what you're seeing. So
I'm gonna go with the throng on this one. This looks like a god who wants to instill order in his masses. Anyone else?
This is pretty much like Mortal Kombat deception.
I don't really want to be implanted, but I'm willing to go and receive a blessing.
Kind of really badass, but I'm not sure that.
My guy's already got cybernetic implants.
there is
so
no
I
charge for admittance into the church. All upgrades are free as you be.
Do we upgrade automatically?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Are there some priests at all? Or just
Do
these?
we always upgrade?
Well, there's the
Anyone
security.
run
There's
the
the
crowd?
there's like local deacons. There's the priest up there, but there looks to be a couple deacons with just the collar. The guy on stage is all robed up like some sort of bishop.
Is that a regular deacon, or is that the dude on stage?
That's the dude on stage.
Glowing. I flip it open. It's
Can
me,
I-
my face.
I don't
it's doing
know.
all the things.
Attempt to ask a question of the deacon that doesn't seem to be too far away from where we are.
He's on stage. Like I said, there's a couple of deacon priests on the side, just the black shirt, white collar.
Are they close to where we're being?
Oh yeah,
fished
they're
into the-
they're like shaking hands with people in the crowd and ushering them into the confessionals. And
I'm asking them. Like, I'm
Yeah.
a little concerned about the upgrades. Are we all automatically upgrading?
oh, absolutely. And if there's any concern for your safety, or if you incur any sort of damage, discomfort, we will take you to one of the hospitals here and make sure that your upgrade is as comfortable as possible.
Can I the upgrade?
Well, upgrades will assist the Cyberpapacy in being allowed to monitor your system and make sure you maintain your proper health standards.
You know what?
I
I'm
think I
actually
can
starting to get- I'm starting
I
to
can
get
do that
more
well
behind
on my
that.
own. Thank you very much.
More behind that, like
If I won't even get a boob job, I'm not going to go for this.
it's like some kind of neo
get a
fantasy.
boob job.
Like this is.
You should get a boob
It's
job.
fairly simple and easy, and there's minimal pain involved, and we do try to make you as comfortable
I
for you
am
as
not
possible.
resisting this any
the
longer.
back
I
door
want
into
to go
the brain.
see what's
Yeah,
going
I want to know
on.
more.
I
I'm
wouldn't mind
curious.
like an
Look.
upgrade.
Okay, so let's say it's a system that slaves you to it forever.
Isn't it perfect?
No.
But I'm not cool with that.
So,
No shit.
the
Sitting
priest is
around
up there.
worshiping one guy for all eternity? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with your life?
Finally, a warning. Demons and devils are real, and the humans who worship and draw power from them, witches, are also real. They
Yeah,
walk
well,
among
talk
you,
to us now.
they spread poison, and they spread lies. Beware those who have the heretic's power. If you see or hear of any of those practicing the dark arts, you must immediately report them to the authorities, the church police, or any priests that are available.
She's a witch.
This is for the community and the safety of us all.
I am headed to confession.
I'm trying to leave.
You're trying to leave?
I'm trying to leave. I don't want any other shit.
Oh, okay, so you go to leave, and you're gonna head out, and one of these church police stop and say, "Hey, get back in line." Hey, you, get back in line.
Blow me.
it's recommended that you follow the will of the church and accept your upgrade.
It's not my church.
All right then, you on your way.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go to leave.
Okay.
Death.
So yeah, you're
the
heading on.
unbelievers.
He's heading on outside. We'll deal with him in a minute.
Confessional.
You're heading.
RJ and I are going
He's
to
in.
confession.
I'm in.
You're going to confession. All right, and
What are you two doing?
I'm a cyber.
No, you're. Oh, what are you two doing?
I'm waiting in line.
you're waiting in line for confessional.
I want out.
You want out?
You're coming with?
Okay. So you're turning to follow him out because you're like, oh, he got out, or she got. Sorry, yeah, sorry, she got out. I'm gonna. Can you wear a wig or something? Something long and blonde. So.
Here.
So
I've got a red one if you want it. I feel like that's more cyber.
So you're like, she got out rather easily, so I'm gonna follow her out. So you're going to get by, and the church police is trying to step in front of you, and hey, you step back. And as he's
I'm with her.
yeah, and as he's saying that, there's like you hear a little girl screaming out, but I don't want to go, and the woman going, no, it's gonna be okay, honey,
God's here.
God's here to help, and don't you want to be saved? We won't go to hell. We'll be free. And she's, but I don't like it. It's weird, mommy. And so the church police kind of stops it. He's like, is there a problem over here? Don't worry, little girl. Everything is fine.
But she doesn't want to go.
No, she don't want to go.
Doesn't want to go.
So, he's going to push her in. Here, let me help you. And he's going to step her in. Now she's starting to scream because she's like getting shoved in. So she's like putting her hands and feet up against the confessional booth. No, don't make me. It's too scary.
Right
Talk
at the
about
confessional.
child murder
I'm
here,
treating this
okay?
like a child screaming at its parents in the grocery store.
I'm treating this like fucking child murder. But, I don't know.
Yeah, no, this kid's obviously
I
scared.
have some skill in trick. Is there some way that I can calm this child down doing that? Would this be somewhere where I go, hey, you can come in with me if you want to? Can I calm her down using that?
Sure.
Trick children.
Are you tricking the child, tricking the people around the child, both?
Specifically the child, because this is a religious thing and she could get hurt. It would be best to save this child, and if we can get her to go in willingly, that's worth more time. There's a lot of intimidation. Maybe I can be the good cop.
Alright.
That's kind of what I'm looking at. Let me see if I do this properly. I am now rolling a d20.
Shoving religion down a
I roll a
child's
natural
throat.
20 for my
Nice.
first roll.
Oh.
You should roll
Yeah,
that
here's-
again.
Look at that.
So 20 and 5, so 25. 36
25.
becomes my, 25 on here, okay. Says a plus 8. With my tricking, says 19.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty good. So what you're just saying?
I'm just trying to get the kid calmed down enough to step in. Hang on, you can come in. It's okay. You can go in with your mom, or you can come in with me if you want to see. I'll keep you safe.
Uh,
That's
is
good,
okay.
you shit.
okay, well, you convinced her, and
Works.
the officer says, well, it doesn't work like that. It's all individual upgrades. She'll have to go in alone.
Well, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
And she's like, you go.
Okay, I'll be right back out. Can you wait here for me?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
My name is Raphael. Who are you?
I'm Amelia.
Hello, Amelia. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Raphael.
Step into the booth.
All right. Step in the
brother.
booth. You go in. Door
Walk up,
closes.
catch the child.
Yeah. So, you walk in, and this frickin' from the back of the booth, this tendril comes out and it like goes to clamp on your skull.
I was looking forward to confessing something about the chaos and disorder in the world and how I'd like to help.
Yeah, now you've got a brain suction cup thing. Arm comes down and plants on your head.
I was also assuming I'd be.
Can I opt
So here's your.
take the child?
It's more like the murder, the
While he's
suicide
in the
booth
book.
from
Yes.
Futurama.
Okay, I'm gonna roll
Getting brain tentacled.
Yes.
to try and take the child to safety while he's in the booth.
So you're gonna attempt to kidnapping.
I'm tempted to grab the
Kidnapping, yes.
Well, who's got the higher dex then? If you guys are going for the same thing, who's got the
rolled
higher
an 11.
dex?
Your natural dexterity is a.
Is a 5.
Your natural
So-
dexterity, Ernesto.
It's a 10.
then you would be going.
So
first.
yeah.
Ernesto.
Ernesto's the man
sorry.
who acts
Okay, never
first.
mind.
So you're
I'm
going
leaving.
for
Same thing,
the
fine.
grab. While everybody's distracted with Raphael walking in the booth first, you're going for the grab. Let's get this kid out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just go for a general grapple. So we'll do an unarmed combat to start with.
We're grappling over a child.
Yeah. You rolled a what,
A
Ernesto?
3.
Well,
It's a minus.
I thought it was a grapple.
Yeah, you go to grab the kid, and that church police guy, like, just right in the way. He blocks your attempt, and he's like, hold on there. Alright, as he steps in the way.
Thanks to yourself.
Okay. Cameron, one free action. If you're gonna take advantage of his distraction and go for it, I'll even, make it a little bit easier for you, and then we're flipping a card after that. So make your roll. If you're gonna
Okay. fine.
unarmed combat,
I've got
I'd
a
re-roll because you backed
Yeah.
up.
But
Re-roll.
my
You hit the
strength
pencil.
is 10.
No,
and
no,
fine.
roll
He gets to
and
roll
roll
again.
and add.
He's-
You roll a 10, you roll and add.
Roll it again.
20.
And a 20.
That's a 30.
Roll again.
Roll
Is
again
this
and
unarmed
add.
combat?
Do you have a skill in
Yes, he
unarmed
does.
combat?
Yes, I
keep
do.
Rolling, keep rolling.
I don't know what that is.
36 in total.
6.
The line is 36.
36
Thir-
in
thir-
total.
36.
Plus 11. So a bonus of 11.
Yeah.
Would be that 11 to your unarmed combat,
Which is 6.
giving you a total of
30.
17.
Okay, fine.
17 is his unarmed grabbing.
Okay, yeah, you grab her, and I'm gonna give you a, outstanding success. I'm gonna dodge is like 7. It's a little girl, right?
Yeah. 10 plus is outstanding.
Yeah. So yeah, you snatch and grab. You got her like tight. She can't even struggle and break free. You're like holding on to her, and you're making the bolt for it. Okay, flipping a card. We're going into rounds.